Hello there, YouTube. It's going to be another wood gas stove. This is a vegetable can. I've seen soup cans this size. It's a vegetable can with the pull type. And I use my safety lid can opener. You get this nice lid that will stick back in here. I don't know if you could epoxy it in there when you're done, but it will sure help when we put our holes in there. Okay, what I did is how I cut the bottom out of this. I went along the ridge. You can use an utility knife if you're careful. You can poke a hole, tap down in, you can work your way around. I used my Dremel tool. Then I used a block of wood because when you cut up there, it's still just a little too small. I used a block of wood and just go in there with your ball peen hammer. The bigger one's harder to fit than this little one. I've got to lug through this little baby one. When you're done hammering that in, this will fit right in there. I've seen this done on a YouTube video. It's been quite a while back. There's not a lot of space in there, but I believe there's enough space to make a small wood gas stove. Got no space from the bottom, and this inside can is just your common soup can. So this was vegetables. I have seen a soup can similar to this. A little bit taller, similar diameter. It'd be nice if it was a little taller. But the idea is to make one small. Okay? You'll still be able to take your lid if you use your safety can opener and put over here. So you can put it on here when you're done. But still, if you're going to carry this with you all sitting and everything, you can just put it into a bag. You can put it in a plastic bag or something. Just what you like when you go out. Also, I would recommend finding you another can, like a chicken can or something. Set this up. If you're going to use like a picnic table in a park or something, have something with you to keep this elevated. But I like this idea. We'll make the holes in here. These holes will be small. These holes will probably be only like 5/16 here. And I'll mention the video when I'm done. I won't have a whole long how-to video. Kind of hard to do that. These will be 3/8 down here. These will probably only be 5/16. 1/4 inch to 5/16. 5/16 is 1/16 to over 1/4. They will be small, but these will be 3/8. I'll probably make a pattern of 8 holes here, 1/4 inch or 5/16, and do like I did in my big stove. Put a like 7 here and 1 in the middle. So come up like 16 holes in the bottom. I like that idea. We're going to shoot for maybe 10 holes around here. Depends what measure's like. I just wrap my piece of paper around here so I don't have to do all that math to find the circumference of a circle. I wrap a piece of paper around here. Might get lucky and have this laying around. It's already marked. I just wrap a piece of paper around here. Cut it to the length I need. Lay it out with a ruler. Figure out the best spacing for the holes. That way there's no brain work in doing all that of what is the circumference of this circle. That's why I didn't have to worry about it. But I'd seen this before. If you hold it up there, it just almost fits. You see how much more I had to take out. I cut right up to the line exactly. Don't worry about getting a little past because you're going to hammer that in anyway. Cut right up to that groove. Get right in here. Right here and cut that thing right out. You could even maybe go at an angle like this. Just don't cut yourself. You can always wear a big leather heavy glove. But if you poke down in here by hitting on this utility knife, you can get that started. I just had the luxury of a Dremel. But you will be hammering this. You will be hammering that over. That's going to make that pretty solid. Okay, enough of that. When we're done, put the holes in the little can. We'll show you what it looks like. I want to make this a simple 2-part video, and then you will have a video of it burning. So, it's going to be real simple. So the holes aren't too particular. I just feel that I want a small hole. I will allow where this can sticks up. So my jet holes will be about here down in the can. They won't be up close. They'll be down in here a ways. I'm going to allow for this lip and everything. So that's one thing to measure with. I have the luxury of these. You can even buy these in plastic real cheap. So calipers. I will allow this distance before I decide where my hole is going to be on the end of the can. That way your hole's down in here far enough, even if it's right at this edge, because I want my hole to clear this ridge. So I'm glad I threw that in there. But we'll get back to work. We'll show you what it looks like with the holes in the small can. Okay, these holes are about 5/16. There's 8 of them. These are 3/8. These are about 1/4 inch. You can put a screen in the bottom of these, but I just let it burn. This will have the bottom removable. My other one has glued itself on there. You can still shake the ashes out. So that's it. I decided on 8 holes, then 8 in here, which I put 7. Doesn't have to be exact. 7, that makes 8 holes here, 8 here. You can kind of see by the shape of the can, they're about 1/4 inch. Not quite 1/4 inch. I'll say about 3/16. I didn't want them that big because I have big holes here. 8 of them 3/8, 8 of them 5/16. How I get this slag out? I use my, I don't worry at the bottom down in there. I use my Dremel. But I'll show this. Or you can take a chainsaw file and work your way on both sides. And scrape. And even those pliers will pull that slag out of there. Also, if you're lucky enough to find a paper punch that's heavy duty enough, I have punched holes in this tin with a paper punch. So that is worth a try too. I have a pair that something's wrong with them. They're out of line. Because I abused them. I will try that again someday. Get out my paper punch, see if I can repair it, or just buy another cheap one. There you go. That's it, and it's done. The hardest part was cutting this out. Cutting it out, hammering it down, taking your time so that it fits in there. And I allowed for the width of this, so my holes would be down. If you see where my holes are at, I allowed the width of this and didn't make my hole till I got away from that. So I centered about, might as well show it on the can, soup can. See, I'm down more towards here. I'm not centered on this between this ridge and here. I allowed that. So I knew I had plenty of clearance there where that gas will come up. Okay, the next video you will see will be it burning, whether it's success or not. Got to make your own pot stand, whatever you're going to do to put a cup on here. Leave that up to everybody's imagination. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. I've seen everything from nails poked down in these, the little screws coming out, little brackets. May come up with something, who knows? May come up with some other can or something to hold this. Because you see a lot of people use the hardware cloth or the gutter guard. It's really not much for that to set on there. If you get this kind of can and a safety can opener, these are nice because it's a lot different than the regular ones. This sticks right in there. I'm assuming there's plenty of air still. Even though that goes into that far, that will suck air. Next thing is I'm going to tape this lid on here to make the holes in the bottom. So I won't show that, but it's going to be 8 holes. They're probably going to be 1/2 inch at least. They will be all of a 1/2 inch. Put this lid back on here and tape it on here. I use electrical tape. It doesn't leave the goo like masking tape. So when you make these holes down here, there will be probably 10 of these. 8 or 10, it does not matter. But they will be a 1/2 inch. I want these holes as big as I can dare go. So that's the end of that. I don't have to film that part. I may mention it again when I'm burning it. But just put this in here and tape this, because you're going to be pushing down. And said use your paper template like I do. I got lucky and reused this one over. So you make your paper template and go around the can. This one's too short, but you get the idea. Just find out the circumference of the can, decide how many holes you want. Like say it was 8 inch, I go every inch, makes 8 evenly spaced holes. Okay, I think we got that covered. We'll shove this in here one more time. think I'm gonna like this idea. That's pretty easy to make. This did not take me that long to make. I've only been at this a short time making this. Of course, I have the Dremel and stuff like that, but still, it's worth taking your time no matter what tools you have. Thanks for watching.